Sometimes it's the little things that leave the biggest impact when you're speaking to an employer during a job interview. Nikki San Miguel is here to tell us about using appropriate terminology. What does that mean?
Yes, well, you know, we've been talking a lot about the whole do's and don'ts when you're interviewing. You'd be surprised how often, you know, and it's probably happened to us too, we've probably done it and we don't even realize, but we use acronyms, we use jargon, and a lot of the times if you're switching fields and you're explaining, for example, I was responsible for pulling IDNO reports. I would compile LOL statements and SMH documentation. Who knows what that means?
Right.
You know, for those of you who do know what those acronyms mean, you know they have 110% nothing to do with getting a job. IDNO, I don't know. LOL, laugh out loud. SMH, shaking my head. That's exactly what they're going to be doing. They're going to be shaking their head at you during the interview because you're not going to get the job. They're not going to know what it is that you did in your previous job.
Exactly.
So the only time that it's okay to use jargon or terminology is if, for instance, you're going from one job in the medical field to another job in the medical field, something like that, and they use all the same terminology or the same acronyms, and the person who's interviewing you knows exactly what you're talking about. Mm-hmm. If not, don't ever use acronyms, don't ever use jargon, because they most likely will have no idea what you're talking about.
And I'm sure there's a way, Nikki, where a person can explain that duty or that task, right,
exactly,
without having to use that terminology.
Exactly. Well, you know, especially when you're using acronyms, just tell them what the whole name, even if it's a super long report, just tell them the whole name of the report, or tell them, I used to pull those LOL statements. Let me explain what those statements are, what it is that I would have to do in order to pull them, what it is that they explain. So you can do that too. Just make sure that you're explaining yourself.
Exactly, and make sure that it all makes sense. Here's a hiring event where you could put those tips to good use.
Absolutely. We have a Tropical Texas Behavioral Health. They will be at the Wesco Workforce Solutions office on Wednesday, April 11th from 9 a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. They are seeking drivers, clerks, case managers, peer providers, licensed vocational nurses, and a planning and evaluation team lead. So please stop by and apply.
Awesome, Nikki. Thank you so much. And be careful driving back to Hidalgo County.
Yes, it's
raining.
raining.
It is raining out there. Slick roads,
Cats
everybody.
and dogs.